Welcome back to the course. In this lesson, we're going to dive into something absolutely essential for understanding office automation: COM, OLE, and DCOM. These three technologies are the foundation underneath Microsoft Office automation. If you understand them, you'll be able to build stable, scalable .NET automation systems. If you don't understand them, you'll constantly run into issues like Excel processes not closing, COM exceptions, unstable automation, and permissions problems. So let's break everything down step by step. Before modern frameworks, before .NET, before even Java, Microsoft created a powerful low-level technology called COM, the Component Object Model. COM was invented to solve a simple but important problem. How do you let one Windows program call functions inside another Windows program? For example, Excel wants to let other programs control its cells. Word wants to let other programs insert paragraphs. Outlook wants to let other programs send emails. COM became the universal language that Windows software uses to talk to each other. Even though COM is older, it is extremely stable and highly optimized, and Microsoft Office still uses it today. Let's define COM in the simplest possible way. COM is a technology that exposes objects and methods so that other applications can interact with them. For example, Excel exposes an application object. That exposes workbooks. Each workbook exposes worksheets. Each worksheet exposes cells. And every one of those objects is a COM object. When you use .NET to automate Excel, you're actually sending commands through COM interfaces. To you, it looks like normal C# code. var Excel equals new application. var sheet equals Excel.ActiveSheet. Sheet, cells, value equals hello. But under the hood, these are COM method calls. You've probably seen OLE before without realizing it. OLE is what lets you embed an Excel sheet inside a Word document, embed a chart inside PowerPoint, paste a linked table from Excel into Outlook. OLE is essentially COM for document embedding. It's the reason why Office apps can embed each other. It's also why you can automate charts, tables, shapes, and embedded objects through .NET. If you ever automate documents with embedded Excel objects, you're working with OLE. COM is designed for communication within a single machine. DCOM, distributed COM, allows communication across processes, user accounts, or even across machines. DCOM matters because Excel automation runs in a separate process. Your .NET application and Excel might run under different accounts. Automation may run on Windows Server. You might want remote execution. You might run automation as a Windows service or scheduled task. Whenever .NET talks to Excel, DCOM handles permissions, process activation, identity, marshalling between contexts. Even if you never configure DCOM manually, it's always working behind the scenes. Later in the course, we'll dive into COM, the tool that controls these settings. When .NET interacts with a COM object, it doesn't talk to COM directly. Instead, .NET creates something called a Runtime Callable Wrapper, or RCW. The RCW is like a translator. .NET makes a function call. RCW receives it. RCW converts it to a COM call. COM tells Excel what to do. Excel returns a result through COM. RCW converts it back to .NET. The RCW also manages lifetime, reference counting, object identity, marshalling between threads. You don't need to write RCW code manually. .NET does it for you. But understanding this mechanism is critical because improper COM release can leave Excel.exe stuck in memory. We will learn all the proper release techniques later. COM is extremely powerful because it exposes the full Office feature set. Anything you can do manually in Excel or Word, you can automate. Formatting, formulas, charts, pivot tables, shapes, printing, everything. It is extremely fast for repetitive tasks. A loop of 300 invoices is trivial for COM. It is stable and backward compatible. COM automation code written 15 years ago still runs today. It allows deep control. Templates, formatting, cell styling, printing, exporting, errors. You control everything. Even though newer technologies exist, COM automation remains the most powerful way to automate Office. Now, because COM is old and low-level, it has some risks. Excel.exe stays in memory. COM objects aren't fully released. Applications crash if automated incorrectly. Permissions and DCOM identity issues. Multi-threading complications. COM exceptions with cryptic error codes. This course will teach you how to avoid all of these problems by using best practices, structured release patterns, error handling, single-threaded execution, monitoring, and cleanup. You'll learn how to build automation that runs for hours without crashing. Even though COM sounds complicated, here's the truth. Once you understand the patterns, COM is extremely predictable. COM objects behave consistently. Excel behaves consistently. Once you understand the rules, you can build enterprise-grade automation without fear. And that's exactly what you'll learn in this course. That concludes our deep dive into COM, OLE, and DCOM. In the next lesson, we're going to set up our development environment and write our very first .NET automation program to open Excel, write some cells, and save a workbook. This will be your first hands-on code experience with COM automation. I'll see you in the next lecture.